Yeah, I mean, they're talented. They're still figuring it out. You know, they have. I know CJ didn't get the exact team that he wanted, and he came in late, and those guys sort of their roster was a bit thrown together all at once last minute. So they're a heck of a team. They're super talented, and we got to come out ready, or else they're another team that can get you. And it's going to be a tough one, especially this last home game for a little while.
Oh, it really is. You talk about who's going to be the main guys on rosters. Daniel Johnson just shows that he can do this. He's got to be the main offensive weapon, or at least one of them. But Mitch McCarron looked a lot better in this game. He was their marquee signing. He's been up and down at times, coming off a very poor game. He had 6 turnovers in that loss to the Bullets, but he looked better. He was making plays for other guys. He scored himself. There's a pass to Kai Sotto, who's going to get better.
I wouldn't say desperation. It's a game we must win. We've got to come out ready to play. But at the end of the day, if they outplay us and we do everything we can, then you shake the hand at the end of the day and you move on from it. But it's definitely a must win, and we got to come out ready. But we can't just drop one. We can't. They can beat us, but we don't want to beat ourselves. So that's the biggest thing, and hopefully we do that and we don't beat ourselves. We should come out on top.
Cleveland to get the continuation. He did talk that there might be an NBA team or two come to Australia for a game, which would be nice. Kai Sotto goes up and drops.
With every single game, I like what he's bringing, but it's all about now consistency.
Isa na namang kagulat-gulat na araw sa inyong lahat. Sino ba ang makakalimot sa ginawa ni Harry Froling nung first game ng Adelaide 36ers versus Illawarra Hawks, na kung saan nagpaulan si Harry Froling ng 8 3-pointers to score a career-high 33 big points that turned out to be a fluke game? Bakit natin nasasabing fluke game? Dahil kung titingnan natin ang kanyang average ngayon ay meron lamang siyang 6 points and 3 rebounds average this season. And in fact, after that historic game ni Harry Froling against Kai Sotto and the Adelaide 36ers, ay all downhill na ang career ni Harry Froling at hindi na niya nasundan ang kanyang magandang laro versus Adelaide.
The read, rejected by Sotto.
Samantalang si Kai Sotto naman ay nagpapatuloy ang magandang laro hindi lamang sa scoring but his defense has improved by leaps and bounds, at nakikita naman ito ng mga NBL analyst na bawat laro ay lalong gumagaling si Kai Sotto. Hindi man consistent ang kanyang mga numero, yet it does not reflect kung gaano ka-effective si Kai Sotto when he is inside the playing court. Against Karen Saipans ay pinakita ni Kai Sotto ang kanyang inside presence at talagang kinatatakutan na talaga siya as the last line of defense. 3 monster blocks din ang kanyang na-register sa kanyang last game, and he provided the needed spark para sa kanyang team. At mapapalaban na naman si Kai Sotto sa kanilang next game against Illawarra Hawks dahil makakatapat na naman niya ang 6'11 center ng Hawks na siyang nagpahirap nila sa unang salpukan. Literally ay nagliliyab ang mga kamay ni Harry Froling during that first encounter at walang nagawa ang depensa ng 36ers en route sa career high ni Harry Froling na 33 big points. At hindi lang ang mga puntos ni Harry Froling ang bumaba, pati na ang kanyang playing time ay grabe rin ang pagbaba. In fact, from his career-high game against Adelaide na kung saan he played for 28 minutes, but in their last game ay meron na lamang siyang 3 minutes playing time. Very unusual dahil sa kanyang skill set na talaga namang shooter sa labas, or at least in that game against Adelaide. Kung meron mang isa sa inaabangan na rematch ng Adelaide 36ers, ito ay ang kanilang rematch versus the Illawarra Hawks na kung saan tinalo ng Hawks ang 36ers sa kanilang first game sa pangunguna ni na Harry Froling and Sam Froling, ang dalawang players na nagpahirap rin ni Kai Sotto. In fact, dinakdakan pa si Kai Sotto ni Sam Froling 1-on-1 at talagang na-posterize ang ating idol sa game na yon. And for sure, Kai Sotto wants revenge versus sa dalawang Frolings, especially against Sam Froling, na talagang hindi nakapag-react si Kai Sotto sa magandang spin move ni Sam Froling in their first game. Sam Froling scored 18 points in that game, samantalang si Kai Sotto ay umiscore lamang ng 12 points. Pero after that game ay ibang-iba na ang mga galaw ni Kai Sotto at mukhang nakukuha na ni Kai Sotto ang timing sa kanyang mga galaw both on offense and on defense. At kahit ang rebounding ni Kai Sotto ay nagiging consistent na rin at makikita naman ito sa kanyang averages na 8 points and 5 rebounds in 15 minutes of playing time. Napaka-consistent ang nilalaro niya sa Adelaide 36ers at sana kung mabibigyan pa siya ng better playing time ay tsak lalo pang gaganda ang kanyang mga numero. While Harry Froling's game dipped so much, kabaligtaran naman ang nagagawa ni Kai Sotto. Nagpapatuloy pa rin ang magandang laro ni Kai Sotto and consistent pa naman ang kanyang playing time around 15 minutes per game. Kahit na bahagyang bumaba ito in the last 2 games, yet kahit na merong dip sa playing time ni Kai Sotto ay maganda naman ang kanyang pinapakita bawat laro. One can feel the impact of Kai Sotto sa kanyang team and in fact, tinawag na siyang game changer after his yeoman's job sa kanilang game against Cairns Taipans na kung saan halos lahat ng mga tira ng kalaban sa loob ng shaded lane ay sinubukan niyang tapalin. Pero kahit pa naangat si Kai Sotto sa matchup na ito, huwag nating kalimutan na napakaganda ng nilalaro ni Harry Froling sa kanilang first encounter. In fact, he played the game of his life. At ang isa sa dahilan kung bakit maganda ang kanyang scoring during that game ay dahil dinala niya ang depensa ni Kai Sotto sa labas na kung saan Harry Froling has the advantage dahil he is relatively quicker. At dahil pumasok ang niyang 3-point shooting ay lalong naging deadly ang kanyang laro.
I think a little bit with both ends of the floor, just little things like that, and the games we have dropped that we shouldn't have. I think we have beaten ourselves a little bit, but we're still figuring it out, and hopefully we can put it together. And we got a good group of guys, and everyone's being good dudes. Everyone's still positive. We're trying to work together and build on this thing. So it's a bit frustrating, but we'll be good.
And to counter the shooting prowess of Harry Froling ay dapat talaga depensahan na siya kahit na nasa labas pa siya ng 3-point area. And to do that is not a walk in the park, lalong-lalo na kapag si Kai Sotto ang kanyang bantay. Alam naman natin ang role ni Kai Sotto is to patrol the shaded lane at hindi naman pwedeng lalabas si Kai Sotto sa depensa dahil it will open that lane at siguradong magpipiesta ang mga guards and forwards driving to the basket. In this scenario ay dapat talagang pag-iisipan ng mabuti ng coaching staff on how to stop the offensive juggernaut of Harry Froling at may siguro nila na hindi mauulit ang kanyang 33 points explosion sa kanilang first game.
Yeah, I mean now with I'm not sure how many of our home games are done, but with most of the season done at home, it's all away now. So we got to step up to the plate, and we're gonna have to win more than we lose. I think we're around the 500 mark right now for wins and losses. So you got to be. I think you probably need to finish the season 16 wins, 12 losses, probably to get into the top 4. 17 and 11, something like that. Usually is around the mark of what you need to be. So we got to win, 9 games out of the next, 14, 15. So it's going to be tough, and they're on the road. But I think we got the group to do it, and if we can get rolling towards the end of the year and leading into finals, that'd be huge if we can get it all together.
Compared sa mga averages ni Sam Froling na napaka-inconsistent, merong mga laro na very impressive ang kanyang mga scoring, almost 20 points in 3 games. Pero kadalasan ay below 10 points ang kanyang production sa puntos, and in fact, sa kanyang last game ay umiscore lamang siya ng 3 points in 24 minutes of playing time. At dito, merong advantage si Kai Sotto dahil napaka-inconsistent itong Sam Froling. Unlike Kai Sotto na napakaganda ng trajectory ng kanyang development and every game day ay nag-i-improve si Kai Sotto and it is expected na mas gaganda pa ang kanyang ipapakita next game versus Illawarra Hawks dahil sa nakukuha na niyang experience at dahil lumalaki na rin ang kanyang katawan. So, I have a feeling na magiging isang breakout game na ito kay Kai Sotto bukas against Illawarra Hawks dahil sa last game ni Kai Sotto ay napakaganda na ng kanyang aggression. Napaka-aggressive niya pero controlled and he dominated the game the whole time na nasa basketball court siya. Hindi man siya umiscore ng sangkatutak, Kai Sotto focused all his energy sa depensa. And sure enough, nakakuha siya ng 3 solid blocks at napakarami pa mga contested shots na hindi naibuslo ng mga kalaban dahil nailang sa kanyang presence. At simple lang naman ang gagawin ni Kai Sotto versus Illawarra Hawks. Ipagpatuloy ng niya ang kanyang napakagandang depensa at ang kanyang controlled aggression sa rebounding ay more than enough na yan upang matutulungan ang kanyang team na mananalo. Pinatikim na ni Kai Sotto si Will Magnay sa kanyang bangis sa kanyang depensa and block shots, and this time si Sam Froling na naman ang kanyang susubukang pigilan. At alam naman natin kung ano ang nangyari sa kanilang unang pagtatapat. Na-posterize si Kai Sotto sa isang play and for sure Kai Sotto wants revenge. Upon analyzing the first game of Kai Sotto versus Harry Froling ay nagkatalo lang talaga sila sa 3-point shooting dahil hindi naman nag-average ng malaki itong si Harry Froling at hindi rin niya ito na-duplicate in the succeeding games. So, it is safe to say na tsamba lang talaga ang kanyang mga 3-point shots.